Well, hello. If we haven't met already, I'm Tiffany, and I'm here to provide an update on how my notary business has been going. If you haven't watched the last video, you may want to go back and watch it. It just gives you a little background of how much I spent to start my notary business. You know, I like to cut to the chase. So if you want to know how much I spent to start my notary business, go back and watch the previous video. I get into details. I give you every single penny that I spent. But this video, I want to tell you how much I've made thus far, and I've been doing this for about 2 weeks now as a general notary. I've not yet received any assignments as far as taking on real estate related documents or transactions, and part of that reason is because I do live in the state of Georgia, which is an attorney state, which means an attorney has to be involved to some extent with every single real estate transaction. Now, you can be a notary and work on those. I just haven't gotten there yet. I do have my printer. I have submitted to SnapDocs, but I'm in limbo with SnapDocs right now. I might as well tell you why. So one thing is, and I think I did say this before, I've been a notary since about 2013 or 2014, but never really looked at it as a real business or a way to make money, because I was one of those people who thought you could only make the $2 to $4 per stamp. And I was like, what's the point of that? But I was a notary because I was required to for work, because nobody else wanted to do it. But it works in my favor now because I already have a stamp that was paid for by a company, and I already have a notary commission. And there's a cost to both of those things. Depending on your county or state, your cost of your notary commission, let's say, I think mine was like $36. Let's just round it up and say $40. Then your stamp, that's like $20, right? So that's $60 right there. You can start taking on notary work after you spend that $60, depending on your state. In the state of Georgia, you know, we're a lawless place, child. $60, that's all you need. As long as somebody knows you're a notary, you can walk around with that stamp and probably make a couple dollars here and there. If you want to take it a step further, you can do some other things like I did, which was I have got a website, and I also purchased a Google ad. Honestly, the Google ad comes in more handy than the website, because the Google ad is what's getting my business out there. I do have a business name. I have a DBA for my notary business. I also have an LLC, which that is under, and so I have some other things that I work on, which I use my LLC for. You don't have to have an LLC to become a notary. You can just go get your stamp, get your commission, boom, you're a notary. But back to the point, which is why I have not received real estate transactions yet. So I've gone through the steps of submitting everything to SnapDocs. SnapDocs is where I've been told the money is at, right? So I go to SnapDocs, I upload everything, and that was some weeks ago, and I've just been in limbo. It was in December sometime, and I've just been in limbo ever since, and I couldn't figure out why. Then it hit me that I did not have my E&O insurance, so I was like, where's my E&O insurance? I know I paid for it through the NNA. I paid for my background check through the NNA. Those two things combined were $100. So I emailed the NNA, hey, I don't have my E&O insurance. I need that in order to move forward with these signing companies. And they said, well, we weren't able to verify your commission through the state website. And I was like, what? And then it hit me. My legal name, first and last, is not what's on my notary stamp. It's not what's on my commission certificate. My commission is under my first initial last name, because that's how I signed my name. So when I originally became a notary, they were like, oh no, you have to do this over. And I had to fill out the stuff again, because they were like, you don't sign your name with your first and last name. You use your first initial and your last name. So we have to do it under that. So that's what they did. The problem with that is that's why no one can verify me, because when you fill out a form, you can't fill out a form anywhere else or for anything else official with just your first initial. It just so happens that I signed my name. So the notary commission here in Georgia for my county was like, you have to do that. So they have an issue matching it, and I had to give them a scanned copy of my certificate for them to go back, recheck, and they're like, oh, okay, now we get it. We found you. You're verified. So the NNA now says I'm verified in email. However, they have not updated the website. And you know, their website feeds into a lot of things like, signingorder.com. So that being said, I was delayed getting verified by the NNA, which means I'm delayed getting verified by SnapDocs. And I am not signing up with anything else until I'm verified via SnapDocs. I've heard great things about SnapDocs. And honestly, it looked to be like one of the easiest ones. So I'm going to start there. And once I have success with them, then I will move on. And when I say success, I mean I'm successfully signed up and verified. Then I will move on to sign up other places. I'm not going to waste the time before they verify me in case something else comes up, right? So that's the background on why I have not received any real estate related signings or notary assignments yet, okay? But what I have gotten is what I consider to be a good bit of general notary work. So let's talk about that. I started signing officially as of January the 1st. And I'm going to show you my calendar here in a minute. But as of January 1st, I have had 11 signings. I would have had 2 to 3 more, but there were some hiccups and people were flaky, or I didn't want to go because it was too far. Because if you're more than like 7 miles, I'm like, I don't know. So my Google ad is actually set up for 7 miles, but people still find me across town because of the name of my company. And that's what I said in the last video. The name is very important if you're going to have an official name that you operate under. Sure, it's fine to operate under, Tiffany's Notary Service. That's fine. But there's another way that you can name your business that would make you pop up even faster. And like I said, I'm waiting on some stuff to go through with that. But once it goes through and I get things official, I'll come back and tell you what I named my company because it might be helpful for you. But that being said, let's take a look at my calendar so you can see how busy I've been. Okay, so here we are in my Notary Gadget account. Right now I'm still on the trial, which they give you 15 signings in your trial period, which I think is great because that's a wonderful number for you to have tested out the functionality of the software to see if you like it. I love it. It's simple, it's easy to use, and it just gives me everything in this easy to follow and read dashboard. And I do manage everything for my notary business in Notary Gadget. Although I have one business account because my notary work is under a DBA because I already have an LLC that's focused on something else. It all goes into one account. However, I want to keep track of my notary work separately. So this allows me to do that, and I just love it. So I've had 11 signings this year. Like I said, I didn't start officially until January 1st. I've had 11 signings, and I've made $287. It would have been more than that, but there were about 3 that I did not take for various reasons. One person was real flaky. The other person was a little bit too far, and I was not in the mood to drive where they were located in the rain. My Google ad targets a 7 or 8 mile radius. Honestly, that 8 mile radius is a little too wide for me. I want to eventually get it down to about a 5 mile radius, but I didn't want to sell myself short just yet on potential business. And even though my Google ad is very, very targeted, people across town do still find me because of my business name and how they search. I come up. So if I want to take one day that's further away, I can, but I'm not here for it right now. Atlanta traffic sucks, even in a pandemic, and I don't have time to be sitting in traffic, especially not in the rain. Anywho, so like I said, I've had 11 signings and I've made $287. Would have been more. My goal is to hit $600 this month. If I can hit $600, I will be happy for now. Ultimately, I want to get to those real estate transactions and see what I could do with that, even though I'm in an attorney state. But for right now, an extra $600 a month for not having to really use my brain and do too much, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And let's say your company has cut your pay or you're out of work right now, that extra $600 could help, right? So I think that this is reasonable for me to have hit almost $300 in 2 weeks off general notary work. Now, I've been charging people a starting rate of $25, and everyone has been like, oh, that's it? So my guess is I'm not charging enough. But for now, I'll leave the house for $25. I'm in and out real quick. That's for like up to 2 documents. I'll come, I'll stamp for $25, and then I'm back home. I would like to make more, but I'm just testing out with the 25. If I could get to, let's say, $35 or $40 per mobile notary trip, that'd be even better because look at how much more I would have. But I'm really just kind of testing the waters right now. If any of you are already doing this, why don't you drop a comment and let me know what you're charging, or if you think I'm too low or too high, or if I should be, what I should be doing. I'm just curious. You'll also notice here in Notary Gadget, you'll see what my profit is and my average profit. This is still feeding off of, this feeds off of expenses you've had for that particular month. I'm not even going to show you what my expenses were last month because I didn't do any signing work last month. So it's just all expenses. But we talked about that in the last video, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse. But what I do want to show you is my calendar. The calendar view I love. It's so simple and easy. These are all the signings I've had over the past 2 weeks. You can see what time, you can see how many. I started off slow, and I think it's because I needed to get my Google ad up, and I didn't put the Google ad up until somewhere around the 3rd or the 4th, and it just looks like the 5th, 6th, and the 7th I wasn't busy or I didn't get any calls. No, I take that back. I did get calls, but that was before I realized how the calls would work with my Google ad. I use a Google Voice number for business. And so I thought the Google Voice calls came up differently before. I've had a Google Voice number before, and I thought it showed up as like Google Voice call, so I would know if it's a business call. But no, the calls just come through and they look like every other call on my phone. So I used to have a tendency to ignore all phone calls. If I don't have you saved, I'm not picking it up because I got tired of spam calls. Until the other day, I let my CEO go to voicemail, and he was like, I need you to answer the phone. So now I pick up every single call, and I pick up every single call the same way. The way I answer the phone is, hello, Tiffany speaking. How can I help you? Or I just say, hello, this is Tiffany. How can I help you? Whatever, something like that. The phone voice kicks in, and I'm like, hello, Tiffany speaking. And then I let the person talk and let me know what they need. So now I pick up the phone every single time, and I realize now that they are a lot of times calls generated by my Google ad. You can see I've been real busy this past week. I think I'm going to hit about 2 a day. That's what it's looking like. I'm comfortable with 2 a day. I'd do 3 a day, but it would just have to make sense timing wise because like I said, I do work full time. So this is a quick view at what my schedule has been like for the past 2 weeks. I'm happy. What do you all think? Yeah, so I really do want to kind of find that sweet spot with my pricing, but what I've noticed is the mobile notaries in the area, and this is smart, they don't advertise their pricing. And I guess it would be difficult to advertise pricing because it would vary on where the person is located and how many stamps and how many documents in general, and just how you feeling that day. So maybe one day you want to charge 40. Maybe one day you feel generous and you want to do 20. I don't know. I really just don't know. I'm just feeling it out. But base is 25. I think what I need to do is think about what I want my average profit to be and base it around that. So for the people who are further away and I only charged them $25, I didn't really make any money because they were so far away, or I barely made any money. So I need to kind of look back at my data and figure out what that magic number would be, or even not magic number, but what number I'd be comfortable with as far as my profit per transaction. Outside of that, I'd say from what you can see, you can tell me if you think I'm wrong, the notary business has been going pretty okay, especially for it to be just general notary work. Now, once I get a real estate transaction, if I get a real estate transaction, I'm going to say that I will, one of those 75 to 150 a pop ones, I will be sure to let you know, because this could be a game changer for anyone who likes to do their own thing and anyone who wants to generate another stream of income. Now, while this particular income is tied to you committing some type of time, I'm okay with that because it's nothing that takes an extensive amount of your time. So last thing I'm going to show you in this video is kind of what I did buy this month. Let's say it's my notary bag, right? I have a big ass purse and I put this in my big ass purse to make sure it goes with me. I just got tired of having to dig through said purse to find my notary stamp. So in here, and I'll put the link for this below. I just bought this off Amazon in a 2-pack, as well as 2 clipboards, 2 black plastic clipboards that I can sanitize after every transaction. But in here, I like to keep my trusty wipes. I've been using these wipes since the beginning of the pandemic. I may share the link below. I don't know. I don't want y'all buying up my good wipes. But these wipes are amazing. They're 75% alcohol. A lot of the stuff you find out here is only 65 or 60 something percent. I like my stuff to burn, but this is also why I have my trusty healing ointment ready to go, because it will burn. Like, especially if you have like eczema, it feels terrible. If you have anything like that, it feels terrible, but I feel safe, so I'm okay with that. So I keep my wipes in there. I always keep a few pens. I think I have 3 in here. And like I said, I bought that box of 60 pens. These are just some blue Bics. And then I keep my notary stamp in here, always ready to go. The other thing that's in here right now, this is real ratchet because I have it in a hair clip, but I keep my cash in here. That's one thing. I give people the option to pay online, but a lot of people have been paying me in cash, which is not my preference because, you know, germs. But go ahead and slide me that money. I put it in my bag. It needs to be in an envelope or something. I had an envelope sitting up here. I don't know where it went. But my cash is in here. Now, if I can get everybody to pay me online, that would be fantastic. But I know that some people don't want a paper trail, depending on what you are notarizing. And others just find cash to be easy. Now, I don't mind you paying me in cash as long as I have my trusty wipes. Go ahead and slide me that cash. Like I told you, I've had people who I've only charged them $25 and they've handed me 40, and they're like, don't worry about the change, because people don't tend to have change, which is why I'm like, well, why are you paying me in cash? These are clearly crisp 20s, you know, but that's just what they wanted to do. So I'll take that I will take that change if you tell me to keep it. The people who paid $45 for the 25, they paid online. But like I said, people are going to do what they want to do. Some people don't tip, others do. It just depends. That's why you just have to set your pricing in a way that you'll be comfortable with or without a tip. So I think that's really it, you guys. If I missed something or I didn't answer a question about something, let me know. I will definitely come back and answer you. Really, 2021, I'm here to make money like I am every year, but I want to make money where it doesn't stress me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not here for the stress, but I am here for the coins, right? As we all should be. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you, like I said, if I've missed something or you have a question, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here, I'm at home, and I will answer you. So y'all have a good day. Bye.